June 1979. John Wayne's son opened his father's closet and found an Army uniform, size 46 long, tag still attached, never worn. Inside the jacket, a letter dated December 1941. What it revealed: a 5-day window when Wayne thought he was a soldier, and the photograph discovered 40 years later would explain the guilt he carried to his grave. Here is the story. Newport Beach, California, June 1979, 4 days after John Wayne's funeral. The house feels empty. 72 years of life reduced to belongings that need sorting. Patrick Wayne moves through his father's bedroom, 40 years old, the steadiest of the children. The one who has to do this work while grief is still fresh. He opens the closet, jackets, shirts, the smell of his father's cologne still lingering. Cowboy costumes from films, tuxedos from premieres, a lifetime of clothing. At the very back, pushed behind everything else, a garment bag. Plastic, yellowed with age. Patrick pulls it out, unzips it. Inside, a military uniform. U.S. Army, olive drab. The fabric still crisp despite decades of storage. Patrick stares. His father never served in the military. Everyone knows that. It was his greatest regret, spoken about in interviews, written about in biographies. So why does he have a uniform? Patrick lifts it out carefully, examines it. Size 46 long. That was his father's size. The name tape reads, Morrison, M.R. Marion Robert Morrison, Wayne's real name. But here's what stops Patrick cold. The tags are still attached. The uniform was issued but never worn, never altered, never used. He checks the pockets. Jacket, left inside pocket. A letter, folded. Paper aged to pale yellow. Patrick unfolds it carefully. Army letterhead, dated December 15, 1941. He reads, Mr. Marion R. Morrison, your enlistment application has been reviewed by supervising officer following initial approval by recruitment clerk. Upon examination of your submitted documentation, the following information was noted. Age, 34 years. Marital status, married. Dependents, 4 children. Classification status, 3A, family deferment, ineligible for service. The recruitment clerk failed to properly review your application form prior to approval. This constitutes administrative error during wartime processing procedures. Your enrollment in the United States Army is hereby revoked, effective immediately. We apologize for any confusion this may have caused. Captain James Holland, U.S. Army Recruitment Office, Los Angeles, California. Patrick reads it twice, 3 times. His father applied to enlist, was accepted, then rejected. 5 days between approval and revocation. 5 days when Duke thought he was going to war. Patrick sits on the edge of the bed, still holding the letter, still trying to understand. Have you ever had something taken away after you thought it was yours? That gap between hope and loss can define everything that follows. Patrick goes to his father's study. If there's a letter about enlistment, maybe there's more. Desk drawers, file cabinets, personal papers his father kept for 40 years. In a folder marked 1941 to 1942, he finds it. The original enlistment form, filled out in his father's handwriting. The ink faded but still legible. Name, Marion Robert Morrison. Age, 34. Occupation, actor. Marital status, married. Number of dependents, 4. Patrick stares at those numbers. His father didn't lie, didn't try to hide anything, wrote it clearly. 34 years old, 4 children. And someone approved it anyway. Then someone else caught the mistake. Patrick pieces it together. December 1941, right after Pearl Harbor. Recruitment offices overwhelmed. Hundreds of men trying to enlist every day. Clerks processing forms as fast as possible. His father filled out the form honestly, handed it in. A clerk stamped it, approved, without reading the details. Gave him a uniform. told him to wait for his call-up notice. For 5 days, Duke thought he was a soldier. Then, a supervising officer reviewed the forms, saw the age, saw the dependents, realized the mistake, revoked. Patrick understands now why his father never spoke about trying to enlist. It wasn't just rejection, it was worse. He was accepted, then unaccepted, given hope, then stripped of it, made to feel like a soldier for 5 days, then told he wasn't good enough after all. Not because of anything he did wrong, because a clerk made a mistake. Patrick sits in his father's chair, imagines Duke sitting here in 1941, reading that revocation letter, understanding that he'd never serve, never be the man he thought he'd become. The uniform hanging in the closet, a reminder every single day for 38 years. Patrick needs to know more. What happened during those 5 days? December 10th, 1941, Los Angeles, 3 days after Pearl Harbor. The recruitment office is chaos. Line out the door, down the block. Young men, old men, all wanting to enlist, all wanting to fight. John Wayne stands in line, 34 years old, famous actor. But today he's just Marion Morrison, American, father, man who needs to serve. He waits 3 hours, finally reaches the desk. The clerk is young, 22 maybe, Army private, exhausted, processing 200 applications a day. Form. The clerk doesn't look up. Wayne takes a blank form, sits at a side table, fills it out. Honest. Completely honest. Age, 34. Dependents, 4. He doesn't try to hide it, doesn't think he needs to. His country is at war. They need men. He's willing. Hands the form back. The clerk takes it, glances at the signature section, sees it's signed, stamps it. Approved. Take this slip to supply. They'll issue your uniform. Go home. Wait for your call-up notice in the mail. Could be a week. Could be a month. Wayne stares. That's it? Don't you need to… Next! The clerk is already looking past him. 200 more applications to process. Wayne takes the slip, walks to supply, gets measured, receives the uniform, size 46 long, name tape sewn on, Morrison, M.R. He carries it to his car, sets it carefully in the back seat, drives to Republic Studios. He's filming today, Western, cowboys and fake gunfights. But everything feels different now. He parks, sits in the car for a moment, looks at the uniform in the back seat. He's a soldier now, or will be soon. This isn't pretend anymore. Gets out, goes to the set, puts on his cowboy costume, straps on the prop gun, plays make-believe for the cameras, but his mind is elsewhere. The uniform, the call-up notice, the war he's about to join. Filming wraps at 4 p.m. Wayne walks to the parking lot. Most of the crew has left already. The lot is quiet. He reaches his car, opens the back door, pulls out the uniform, looks around. Nobody nearby. Good. He lifts the uniform, holds it up, lets it unfold. Army green, real. His name on it. Something shifts in his chest. Pride. Purpose. For the first time in years, he's not acting. This is real. A small smile crosses his face. Barely there, but real. Across the lot, Tommy is walking to his own car. 24 years old, junior photographer, always carries a camera. Studio wants candid shots of stars for publicity. He sees Wayne standing by his car, holding something. A uniform? Tommy stops, lifts his camera quietly, frames the shot. Wayne holding the uniform, that expression on his face, proud, hopeful, vulnerable. Click. Wayne doesn't hear it, lost in thought, looking at the uniform like it's the most important thing he's ever held. Tommy lowers the camera, curious. Wayne holding an army uniform? New film, maybe? He walks over. "Mr. Wayne? Sorry to interrupt." Wayne spins, sees Tommy, sees the camera. His face shifts. The pride vanishes, replaced by something like panic. He quickly folds the uniform, shoves it back in the car. "Tommy, hey. Sorry, didn't mean to startle you. I just saw the uniform. New project? Army picture?" Wayne's jaw tightens. "Yeah, maybe. Few things in development, nothing confirmed." Tommy nods. "Exciting. When does it shoot?" "Still working that out. You know how these things are." Wayne opens his car door, gets in quickly, starts the engine. "Good seeing you, Tommy." Drives away before Tommy can respond. Tommy watches the car disappear. Odd. Wayne seemed embarrassed? Caught? Strange. He shrugs, gets in his own car, files the moment away. Just another day at the studio. December 11th through 14th, 1941. Wayne goes to work, films his Western, plays cowboy, says his lines. But everything feels hollow now. The costume is fake, the gun is fake, the heroism is fake. Real soldiers are preparing for real war. He's one of them, or will be soon. At home, the uniform hangs in his closet. He looks at it every night before bed, waiting for the call-up notice, for orders, for his chance. December 15th, 1941. Republic Studios, lunch break. Wayne is sitting in his trailer, eating, going over lines for the afternoon shoot. A knock. His assistant. "Duke, courier just came. Letter for you. Army." Wayne's heart jumps. This is it. Call-up orders. He takes the envelope, official seal, Army letterhead, opens it, reads. His face goes still. Revoked. Administrative error. Clerk failed to review. Age and dependents make him ineligible. Sorry for the confusion. Wayne reads it 3 times, doesn't move. His assistant hovers. "Everything okay?" Wayne folds the letter, puts it in his pocket. "Yeah, fine." "What'd it say?" "Nothing important." He stands, walks to the set, gets back in costume, picks up the prop gun. "Ready when you are," the director calls. Wayne nods, takes his mark. The camera rolls. He delivers his lines, plays the hero. But something inside him has changed. He understands now. This is all he'll ever be. An actor playing soldier, not a real one. Never a real one. That night he goes home, opens the closet, looks at the uniform. 5 days. He was a soldier for 5 days. Now he's not. He should throw it away, burn it, get rid of the reminder. But he doesn't. He moves it to the back of the closet, behind everything else, where he won't see it every day, but where it will always be there. A ghost. A reminder of what he almost was. 1941 becomes 1942. 1942 becomes 1950. 1950 becomes 1960. The uniform stays in the closet. Wayne never mentions it. Never tells anyone. Not his wives, not his children, not his closest friends. It's his secret, his shame, his proof that he wasn't good enough. The years pass. Wayne makes movies, plays soldiers, Marines, cavalrymen, heroes who serve and sacrifice. But he knows the truth. He's not one of them. He's pretending. The uniform hangs silently, never worn, never forgotten. 38 years in a closet, waiting. June 1979. Patrick finishes reading through his father's papers. He understands now. The uniform, the revocation, the 5 days of hope. His father carried this for nearly 4 decades, never spoke about it, never resolved it, just lived with it. A daily reminder hanging in his closet. Patrick carefully folds the papers, returns them to the files, stands. The story should end here. Father's private pain, son's discovery, quiet understanding. But months later, something else happens. October 1979, 4 months after Duke's death, a gathering at the Wayne family home. Old friends from the studio, colleagues, people who knew Duke for decades, sharing memories, telling stories, processing grief together. Patrick is there, so is Tommy. 63 now, retired photographer, but he'd worked on sets with Duke for 15 years, on and off. Considered him a friend. Patrick is talking with a few people, mentions finding the uniform, the letter, the enlistment attempt. Dad tried to join up in December 41, got accepted for 5 days, then they revoked it. Administrative error. I had no idea. He never told anyone. Across the room, Tommy freezes. December 41, uniform, administrative error. The memory surfaces but doesn't fully connect yet. Parking lot, 1941, Wayne holding something. New film project. Tommy files it away. Odd coincidence, but the gathering continues. Conversations shift. He doesn't pursue it. 3 days later, Tommy is at home, morning coffee, thinking about nothing in particular. Then it hits him. December 1941, Wayne holding a uniform, saying it was for a film project. But there was no army film. Wayne lied. It was real. Wayne was going to war, or thought he was, and Tommy caught him in that moment. That brief window when Duke believed he was a soldier. Tommy sets down his coffee, goes to his archive. He's been a photographer for 45 years, kept everything, negatives organized by year. Finds 1941, December, studio shots. There, John Wayne, parking lot, holding the uniform. That expression on his face, pride, hope, the look of a man about to become something bigger than himself. Tommy hasn't thought about this photo in decades. It was just another candid, never published, never used. But now he understands what he captured. The only moment Duke ever held that uniform with hope instead of regret. 5 days after this photo, the revocation letter came. That expression never returned. Tommy knows what he has to do. 2 days later, Tommy calls Patrick. They've known each other for years. Patrick grew up on studio lots where Tommy worked. They're friends, not close, but respectful. Patrick, it's Tommy. Tommy, good to hear from you. How are you holding up? I'm okay. Listen, I heard what you said at the gathering, about your dad and the uniform. Yeah, it was a surprise finding it. Patrick, I have something, a photograph, from December 1941. I think you should see it. Silence on the line. What kind of photograph? Your dad, with the uniform, the day he got it, before everything, before the letter came. Patrick's throat tightens. You have that? I do. Can we meet? 3 days later, small cafe in Newport Beach. Patrick arrives first, orders coffee, waits. Tommy walks in 10 minutes later, carrying an envelope. They shake hands, hug briefly, sit. Thank you for meeting, Tommy says. Of course. Tommy places the envelope on the table. I took this December 10th, 1941, studio parking lot. I was walking to my car. Saw your dad holding something. I thought it was for a film, so I took a candid shot. Asked him about it. He said it was a project in development, nothing confirmed. Patrick nods. He lied. Yeah, I didn't know that until I heard you talking. Then I remembered. Went through my archive, found it. Tommy slides the envelope across the table. Patrick opens it slowly. Inside, a black and white photograph, 8 by 10, sharp, clear. His father, young, 34 years old, standing by his car, holding the army uniform up, looking at it. And on his face, an expression Patrick has never seen in any photo, any film, any memory. Pride. Pure, unguarded pride. Not the performative pride of a movie star, not the practiced smile for cameras. Real pride. The pride of a man who thinks he's about to serve his country, who thinks he's finally going to be the person he always wanted to be. Patrick can't speak, just stares at the photo. Tommy sits quietly, lets him process. Finally, Patrick looks up, eyes wet. This was before the letter. Yeah, 5 days before. He didn't know yet. No, he thought he was going to war. Patrick looks at the photo again, his father's face, that expression. I never saw him look like this. Not once. I know. Can I keep it? It's yours. That's why I called. Patrick carefully places the photo back in the envelope, holds it like something sacred. Thank you, Tommy. This means more than you know. He was a good man. Complicated, but good. Yeah, he was. They shake hands, brief hug, part ways. Tommy drives home feeling lighter. He gave the photo to the right person. Patrick drives home holding the envelope carefully. At home, Patrick places the photograph next to the uniform. His father, young, holding that army green fabric, that expression of pure hope. 5 days a soldier. 38 years carrying the weight of not being one. Patrick keeps the photo private. No press, no documentaries, just a family heirloom. The uniform stays with him too, unworn, waiting for a call that never came. Some stories aren't meant for the world. Some pain is too personal to share. But that photograph reminds Patrick of something important. His father wasn't ashamed of trying. He was ashamed of being told no. The trying mattered. The willingness mattered. The 5 days of believing mattered. Not the rejection, the hope. Duke held that uniform in a parking lot in 1941 and smiled because for one brief moment, he was the man he wanted to be. That moment, frozen in silver gelatin, hidden in an archive for 40 years, proved it happened. 5 days of pride, 38 years of carrying it, one photograph to remember. What dreams have you held for few days before they were taken away? Sometimes the brief moments of hope matter more than the long years of loss that follow. And unfortunately, they don't make men like John Wayne anymore.